Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, and welcome to another TV log for episodes 3 and 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm sorry that I didn't get an episode out last week. I was kind of behind on schoolwork. I did watch the episode and I did record a vlog for it, but I kind of didn't like how it turned out. I'll just do them in twos until the last couple episodes. So, episode 3, I'm sure if you're watching this you guys have already seen, but basically, we follow along from where we left off last time with Sam and Bucky breaking Zemo out of prison in this hilarious breakout montage. I thought that was really funny. And then they are on the hunt trying to find the scientist who recreated the super soldier serum because at the moment they have no leads. They make their way to this I don't remember the name of it. I'm sure I can put like a little annotation or thing in afterwards that says the name of the city that they went to. But I know it's like a big important location in the X-Men comics is where they went to get some information. It's really cool. It's a really well lit scene. There's a party going on. They meet with this white-haired British woman who gives them the name of the scientist, but Sam gets a call from it. Well, Sam has to disguise himself as some sort of powerful mobster figure or whatever, but he gets a call from his sister, and that kind of blows their cover, so they have to escape. And in the process of them escaping, they run into Sharon, who's been on the run since the events of Civil War and Infinity War. After the blip happened, she didn't have the protection of the Avengers to help her. She was still seen as a war criminal, and she kind of took the fall for Cap. So she's been outside of the state, living undercover since then. And basically, Sam and Bucky and Sharon come to an agreement that if she helps them out in getting to the scientist and getting some behind-the-scenes information, they will get her a pardon that allows her to go back to the U.S. So they make their way to this cargo hold dock thing where the scientist is hidden, and they find this guy who he says he several years ago, he was doing work for and experiments for a guy called the Power Broker, which is another figure from the comics. So again, whoever's writing this show, huge comic fans, between bringing in U.S. Agent and Battlestar and Isaiah and his son Patriot, and now having the location from the X-Men comics and Power Broker, some deep cut comics references that I think hardcore fans are going to appreciate. But yeah, he was doing work for this guy called the Power Broker, trying to recreate the super soldier serum, and we find out that Isaiah was basically the first test subject since Steve Rogers that they tried this on. And then when they were finally ready to replicate it, the blip happened, and then they ended up not needing it anymore. And so I think they had cut a deal with Carly, the leader of the Flag Smashers, and so now they have access and have created a bunch of super soldiers. But then in the process, the scientist gets murdered, and everything goes to shit, and Sam and Bucky and Zemo have to get to shelter. And then when they get to their shelter, Bucky is like, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk for a second. And he goes along this back alley trail or whatever, and he picks up this little bead thing. And at first I was like, oh god, is it gonna be a bomb or some shit? And then he picks up another one, he turns around, he's like, you dropped this. And then it's Ao, one of the members from the Dora Milaje. And that was a really huge reveal at the end of that episode. I was really excited. I did not expect that. I was wondering I wasn't even thinking oh my god, that's right, the Kimoyo beads or whatever. So it was a really good episode. The one, like, I guess kind of criticism that I have of it is the pacing was kind of like rushed. They didn't spend a whole lot of time in each area, and it kept like bouncing back and forth. And of course mixing in like the storyline with you know, Carly and the Flag Smashers, and of course, you know, John Walker and Battlestar are hot on their trail looking for Zemo after they find out that they've broken him out. But yeah, this was a really good episode. It gave us some really interesting reveals and gave us a nice idea of like what to expect going forward. I love seeing Sharon back. She can still kick a lot of ass. There's like this whole like fight scene that's happening while the three of them are talking to the scientist, where she's just beating the shit out of everyone. And I thought that was a lot of fun. Speaking of the three of them, I really like Zemo as a part of this group. Like, I don't know, he's just like, you know, when he's not trying to kill everyone, like, he's just really funny and just smarmy and, you know, just a piece of shit, but he's just really funny. And watching him bounce off of Sam and Bucky, who obviously can't stand it. Like, they can't stand each other, but then they have to put up with him, is just priceless. And then of course the reveal of the Dora Milaje tracking Zemo was a really nice reveal, and it made me wonder, like, given the, you know, when this show was put into production, if T'Challa was going to show up at all, if this was going to be like one of the last appearances of Chadwick Boseman in a Marvel movie or show. I don't think that's going to happen. It would be a long shot if it did, but I still think it's possible, and I don't think that they did come back in this episode, but I don't think it's going to be the last we see of them. So I'm sure either Okoye or T'Challa or maybe even Shuri are going to show up at some point in the next coming episodes. I'm holding on to that. I really would like that to happen. But yeah. Solid episode, decent cinematography. The pacing could have been better, but overall really good. Some really nice reveals. Leading into the second episode, or fourth episode rather, it starts off with a flashback of Wakanda 6 years ago, where where Bucky and Ao are sitting around a fireplace, and they're testing him out to see if the like trigger words from Civil War still have any effect on him. You know, the longing, rusted, 17, 9, benign, homecoming, 1, freight car, or whatever. And thankfully it doesn't do anything, and she says, "You're free," and Bucky's all happy and crying, and so it confirmation that, you know, there's not a chance of Bucky like freaking out and, you know, turning bad again. Flash cut to present day. Ao is talking to Bucky like, "Why did you break him out?" And he's like, "He's a means to an end. We need him to stop the Flag Smashers." And she's like, we're giving you 8 hours, and then we're coming in to take him away. And then she leaves. Then they find, with the help of I think Sharon, they find the location of Carly, and Falcon is trying to like reason with her and like talk to her, because he can see where she's coming from. Like, their whole like reason for doing what they're doing is because, you know, they were these like poor people, like underprivileged people that when the blip happened, they were welcomed in and given like free like spaces and, you know, care and everything. But then once the rest of the population came back, they were kind of just cast to the side, thrown out of their homes and things like that. And, you know, her logic is basically, you know, the people of power don't really care about us, you know, like, even though it seems like, you know, we're the supremacists, like, you know, we're trying to get rid of all of the supremacists. And Falcon's like, what, by forming an army and killing people, that's how you're gonna get rid of the supremacists? Like, So he's basically trying to reason with her, but of course, John Walker and Battlestar like find their way to them, and because, you know, hot-headed Walker, he's Captain America, he can't, you know, afford to let anything go by him or afford to like admit that he's wrong. He bursts in there, screws up the operation, you know, shots are fired, Carly escapes, the super soldier serum that she had taken from, I think, like her friend's tombstone or something, gets destroyed except for one vial, and guess who fucking picks it up and puts it in his pocket? Captain America. I was kind of right again. I say kind of because, well, okay, we'll get to the ending in a little bit. So after that whole operation is screwed up, Sam and Bucky and Zemo go back to their like place of shelter. Carly privately contacts Sam's sister and basically threatens her, like, I want to touch base with your brother and see if I can really trust him. If he doesn't want to comply, then I can always go talk to you by the docks with your kids and everything like that, and basically is threatening her. So then Sam does meet with her again, and I guess John Walker didn't learn from the last time because he's tracking them, and he makes his way there. He gets intercepted by the Flag Smashers. Battlestar gets like captured and for like 5 seconds. Walker is still like scouting throughout the building, trying to find her and find Hoskins or Battlestar. He gets like super strong all of a sudden, so we can kind of assume that he's taken the super soldier serum and he is now at like peak Captain America strength. And he's like fighting back one of the Flag Smashers, and then when he tries to attack, I think Falcon, Battlestar, like, who's just been freed, runs in, tackles him, and then the Flag Smasher like throws him against the wall and he dies, which was super surprising. I did not expect that to happen. So obviously John gets like super pissed. He starts running after the Flag Smasher, and he's like not even care. He like throws his shield and like doesn't even give him a chance to breathe. He's like, where's Carly? Where is she? And then he's like, the Flag Smasher is like begging for help. He's like, I didn't do it. I promise I didn't do it. I'm sorry. And you just see him lift up his shield and just start, like, I thought this motherfucker was getting decapitated, and he probably was, but yeah, so people are looking on in horror, watching Captain America murder a man in cold blood, and the episode just ends with like people with their phones out, just looking on in shock, and then you see Captain John Walker with the blood-stained shield, and then the episode ends. I'm like, fucking hell, what is this show doing? This was a really solid episode. I can't believe I was kind of right again. I figured there was something that was gonna happen that was gonna like cause John to like just go off and go insane and take the super soldier serum and become super OP, but like I just thought it was gonna be like his own ego, like, and we do kind of see that in a way, like when I forgot to mention this, when the Dora Milaje members come back to take Zemo, and like they're trying to be like we need him, we still need him, and you know, Big Dick Walker comes in like, you know, I'm sure we just got off on the wrong foot, maybe we can talk this out, and then, you know, the woman from the Dora Milaje just start beating the shit out of him, and you know, Bucky gets involved and Sam gets involved and shit like that, and Battlestar gets involved, and in the chaos Zemo slips away, which I'm sure he'll come back later on, but we see after the fact that Walker is just like, he was just like shocked. He was like, they weren't even super soldiers and they beat the shit out of me. And so you can kind of see like that like insecurity start to build, like between, you know, between constantly being undermined by Sam and Bucky to, you know, not being able to like, you know, beat anyone. You know, he's like, damn it, maybe like just taking the super soldier serum, you know, taking the thing that made Captain America will make me a better Captain America. Battlestar even says like, I think the theme of this episode was, I guess, you know, the dangers of too much power. Because, like, Battlestar has a thing where it's like, where he says, like, wouldn't the super soldier serum just make you a more powerful version of yourself? Like, you know, on the one end of the spectrum, you have Steve Rogers, and then on another end, you have Carly. And then he's like, well, but what about me? And he's like, well, then you'd be a more powerful version of you. Like, you know, I know you're doing the right thing and in the heat of the moment and shit like that. And so they both believe that, you know, John is in the right for all of the things that he's doing. And I'm sure, like, in some form, he probably is. But, like, you know, when you're working with actual Avengers who've been around the block longer than you have, like, I feel like those are the people that you would want to listen to the most. Like, they know what the fuck they're doing. But yeah, so, like, when I was joking about, like, oh, I'm betting he's gonna turn out to be the villain, like, I honestly just thought that it was gonna be, like, a bit of ego and insecurity that would trigger this, but, I mean, now that, you know, his friend was murdered, like, even though, to be fair, like, I'm sure he thought that that wasn't going to be a lethal throw, so you can't really put it on the Flag Smasher guy to, you know, to, like, be sorry for accidentally murdering him, like, because, you know, he didn't know that that was going to happen. But now that he has some sort of actual motivation, you know, he is now like, fuck it, like, I'm coming for blood now. Like, this is the new Captain America. He kills people. So, and it's also fitting that the title of this episode is "The Whole World Is Watching," given the ending with everyone like horrified on their phones, and, you know, given recent events, we all know what can happen to, you know, a person's image when they're caught in plain sight. So I'm wondering if that's going to play into the next episode, if we're going to get some commentary on, you know, like, public personas and everything like that. I will say that this show, like, on top of the action and on top of, you know, the drama and everything, it's gotten a lot more heavy in, like, political commentary. Thankfully it hasn't, like, gotten too on the nose with it. I mean, except for the part in, like, a couple episodes back when, you know, the cops run up on Sam for, like, yelling at Bucky. But, I mean, apart from that, they haven't really been, like, too, like, in your face about it, which I do appreciate. But at the same time, like, I'm glad that, you know, in a fun, like, you know, in something that's supposed to be, you know, a dumb fun action series, that you can still have these, like, serious moments that, you know, people can relate to. But yeah, apart from that, can't really think of anything else. I really love these two episodes, and yeah, I'm just really excited to see the next two. It's crazy that the series is almost over, but it's been really good. I've really enjoyed this show. So yeah, that about does it. Let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts on these previous two episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier? What do you think of John Walker turning evil? Let me know all that stuff in the comments. Until next time, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you later.